I came from Miami, which is, huge, sprawling, and came to Tallahassee, and I knew that I was going to come to go to school here, and I had big plans on what I was going to do academically. But I got detoured into shooting party pics, and so it took me a little longer to graduate than I thought it would. But my first reflection about getting to Tallahassee was that it was small enough to be quaint, but big enough to find everything I needed. As far as speaking about Tallahassee is concerned, in addition to hiring thousands of students and servicing the greater community at large, we were here for all of Tallahassee's major events over the last 40 years, the election of all those governors, how Tallahassee changed and grew, the tragedy of the Ted Bundy murders for Chi Omega played a big part in my early years. It came to a point where I decided that I was going to stay in Tallahassee, and we were going to stay in Tallahassee, and there was no benefit for us moving to another city. It's really a Tallahassee feel-good story too. So many people who we know are former customers, and indeed, if you went to almost any high school or any college in Florida, you're a former customer of ours. And we employed thousands of students from all three campuses, TCC, Florida State, and FAMU. And so anybody who has worked for us would appreciate this book. And there are a lot of people who we photographed who are now our peers later in life and still have all their party pics from sorority and fraternity events. They have pictures on display of their children graduating from high school or college. And so we are well known in Tallahassee. Our brand is well known in Tallahassee just because so many residents of Tallahassee have touched our business. Oh, people stop me on the streets all the time and they want to tell me that they have albums and albums full of pictures. And someone said if my house was ever burning down, the first thing I would do is grab my sorority albums because they're irreplaceable. Pictures of them on the beach, pictures of them at formals looking their best. So it's a little piece of their history. It's a lot of their history, as a matter of fact. The best times of their lives.
I think it's funny when we run into former customers, out for dinner or whatever, and they joke with us about, you still don't have those negatives, do you? And we always say, oh yeah, we have them. They're in a storage unit. We really don't have them, but those were some of the fun times that they had when they were young and without a care. And now that they're, approaching 60 or whatever, they're a little nervous that those pictures may still exist somewhere.
They're a little concerned that somewhere in the future, these pictures of when they were 19 and 20 and being crazy will come out. And so people are actually a little skittish about that, as they should be.
Halfway through all of this, as our business grew in Florida, we thought about moving to Tampa or Orlando or somewhere more centrally located, but then we knew that we wanted to raise a family in Tallahassee and stay here. And it worked out well, but it is a Tallahassee story.